SoundCloud. Good stuff. So we are recording. Good stuff. So welcome along. This is Team Live Right's monthly sneak peek. It is an introduction to what coaching is, what it's not, and how you can get involved, especially at this exciting time. It is April, it is 2021. So if you're watching the catch up, please let the person know who sent you this link that you have seen this, and you give them any questions at all about what is just about to come up. We are not going to take up lots of your time. We're going to be half an hour. Absolutely. Kevin was very good at that last time. It was straight on half an hour. And just to introduce ourselves, my name is Diana Wright. I am the co-founder, along with my husband, Kevin Wright, of Team Live Right, the number one European coaching team as of last month, and also number 7 in the world. So that's important to you guys because we are ranked against us being able to help other people do the same as us, and that's help people to lead healthier and fitter lives. So that's good news for you. So you're in good hands. And then the only other thing I was going to say was, if you've got any questions at all, pop them in the chat and we'll make sure that we get through them at the end.
That's what I was literally about to say. So yeah, just some housekeeping. If any questions, pop them into the chat and I will get going straight away and just go through that. I will be sharing the screen and I've got a little presentation and I'll sort of nip in and out of that as we go, but it will be pretty quick through. I'm going to get through it nice and quick. And then if you've got any questions, if I can answer them as we go through, perfect. If not, I will catch them at the end. So let me know by thumbings up if you can see the presentation. 2 thumbs from Kieran. Perfect. So let's get on to go with this. So just to get a bit of an overview for what we're going to do today. First off, we're going to cover who we are. Who am we? Who am I? And we're also going to cover who is Team Beachbody, and we're going to cover a number of things. Really what we're trying to do here is give you a broad overview of everything to do with Team Beachbody and coaching, and more importantly, us and where our place is within all of that. So place where we're going to start off with is just a little bit about us, about Diana and I. And first thing to be said with that is, like, we started when this opened, and we've had kind of a pretty meteoric rise as we've went through this. We've went from being literally, we'd never done online stuff really. We didn't know what we were doing, never done anything to do with that. All we knew was how to help people. And like Diana's got her mission, she's very clear on what exactly it is that she does. And that is, she basically looks to help women who've lost their mojo and are feeling a little bit uncertain. And what she does is helps them become a little bit more focused and disciplined towards what their goals are. So it is about this collaborative process where we work with you, firstly establishing what it is that you want to achieve. And then what we do is together we'll plan a pathway that's going to be best for you to achieve that. The key within that is, like, it's really about you guys believing in yourself. And what we can do to start off with is, like, sometimes it can be a challenge to believe in yourselves, but like that's Diana's superpower. What she's like phenomenal at is just believing in other people and just seeing that little flicker of talent that's there, that's hiding, and being able for you to see that then as well. Also, though, it's not all like fairy lights and bubbles with that. You know, we had our bubbles yesterday. She's going to hold you accountable to those goals, because I think that's where the challenge is. Lots of people have goals. Lots of people have things that they want to do, but quite often we don't really achieve them. And it's really interesting. And we were talking about this in our nutrition call earlier in the week. We're talking about how we have wants, we have goals, and we have things that we want to do, but quite often our behaviors don't really mirror that or match that for what it is that we're trying to do. So you can see a whole bunch of sort of things that we've done there. And like I said, it's been pretty phenomenal. We've upped since where we were doing this one. We're top team in Europe and we're number 7 in the world, which is like, we're the first non-US team to be ranked within the top 10, which like just blows our minds, from us sitting here in like Stirling, like barely able to switch on a computer a few years ago, to be able to be 7th in the number world for an online fitness corporation, which is just amazing. We've got now over 500 people in the team, and these are all leaders and their own independent coaches themselves. We've got the top Irish coach, we've got a pretty much most of the top 10 in the UK are coaches who are linked in with us. So yeah, we're just immensely proud. And I think the key bit that I'm trying to get across here is it's not just Diane and I sitting here. There is this massive network, this family, this community that we have, that we all just work together to try and like help people achieve their goals and just become that little bit healthier and fitter. So the next thing with that, we want you to do, and like we said there, initially what we want to do is for you to just start to think about what it is that you want. How can we help you with it? Is you need to first be able to establish, well, what is it I want? Is it helping people? Is it that you want to get a transformation yourself? You're trying to get leaner yourself? Is it that you're trying to move away from a full-time job to be able to spend more time with your children, or just to have more ownership over really your own career? And I think what we can do then is help you, once you've got established that where I am right now and where it is you want to go, we just help you draw the line between these two and bring those things closer together to give you a plan that makes those wants and those dreams that you have more of a reality. And that's the thing that we found is most people in our team have very, very similar values and very, very similar dreams about what it is that they want to achieve. And I think a golden thread throughout all of this is just this sense of community, sense of family, and this wanting to be healthier. That's one of the things that runs through that. Next thing I wanted to do is just give you like an actual real life example of someone who is in our team who's sort of working towards these goals, certainly achieved massive success so far. So Megan is from way up in up north near Aviemore, and when she first came in, she was working as a teacher. And one of the things that she was really looking to do is to be able to have more time for her to spend with her family. So with her two wee boys that she's got there and her husband, Andrew. And I remember having the discussion where we're having this chat about it, and like money wasn't the thing that motivated her. And we got her to sit down and write down some of these things that it was, and time was the most important thing. But really, it was funny when we actually drilled into that a little bit further, we found that, well, she still had to have an income to be able to support and do the things that they were doing for the family. So we had a number that was how much it cost for one day of her being at work. And that's how she set her first goal. So although it was a financial target, so like if someone was to say, well, what is it your goal is? That's not really what it was about. The goal was to be able to spend more time with her family. But what motivated her and drove her towards that goal after having that discussion and sharing it with her was this sort of idea of being able to buy back time. Yeah, like I'm sure all of us wish that at some point we could do that and buy back time. And what she was doing was sort of investing in that time. So she was able to drop one day, then drop another day. And now she's pretty much working part-time and doing her coaching out with that. And she's managed to narrow down and really like solidify what are the most important things that she needs to do. And she's able to do them in little short power hours, which is the thing that I know a lot of people go, how long is this going to take? I can't work like all this extra time. Well, like Megan's fitting this into little 2-hour windows or 1-hour windows here and there that she's able to really dial in and make these focused power hours to drive herself forwards with that. So a little bit there about that from Megan, and again, we're just immensely proud of her. And like, we just love watching all of our coaches succeed. And like Megan, certainly she's up at the forefront just now and driving everything forwards. Just now, in terms of taking that little step back to a bit of a more global view and looking at the world as it is just now. And it's like, wow, who could have predicted this like a couple of years ago? Like genuinely, I wake up and think I'm in some sort of dystopian sci-fi movie. Kind of a geek, so I'm into all that kind of thing. You look at the newspapers and it looks like it could be something off the cover of a movie. And really, I think that this is driven change, and any adversity, where they always say like it takes pressure to make diamonds. And I think right now everybody's under an immense amount of pressure, and we see that not just in terms of the physical things and the tangible things that are going on, but we hear it day to day from when we're chatting to people that we work with, just in terms of the stresses and like the challenges from day-to-day life. So I think one of the things that we want to just challenge you that little bit is, hey, what's your next? What will you do next? What are you going to do right now that's going to impact the trajectory of your future, for where you're headed for the next few years, the 5 years, the 10 years, so that you're really just taking control over what it is that you do. And I think that's like one of the biggest things. Like Dan and I have both worked corporate jobs and sort of bit large institutions that we've worked for. And I think that very much there was this sense of being part of like that ship that was hard to steer, hard to turn. And I think that right now what we have is a far, far more agile business, and we're able to react and do things. But moreover, we don't get bogged down in bureaucracy. I don't have to go and ask permission if I want to go and do something. And I know that's something that's like super important for you, Diana. Yeah, 100%. So I just seen Kieran's little comment there. So 100%. I think that like Kieran, I know you've known us for several years now, and I think you'll have seen the change in us. And I think it's funny. It's like, and just to take that little step back towards with Megan, like just yesterday, we were sort of organizing some of her old photos. And I think that one of the key changes, and we see this in a lot of the coaches that we have, is in posture and confidence. And it's just how they hold themselves. And as they start to understand that they actually have control and they're the one who's leading things, that really develops them as an individual. And certainly within this and all these challenges that we have, I think that resilience, and I know that's a very hot topic right now, resilience is a massive thing. And if there's one thing that this is going to do for you, is really help you build resilience in yourself. And I know we're just like immensely grateful that 3 years ago, we decided to start coaching. And it's funny, we started that thinking that we were, oh, this is just going to be this little side thing. And more things started dropping off. And as things changed, like, hey, we really wouldn't be in the same situation if we hadn't taken those steps. Like, it was just unbelievable, like things just disappearing, jobs like that we had before just disappearing. But with this has just been a true constant for us. And I think it's just a testament to what we do that it's still there. And in fact, it's still growing. So just to now dip away from us a little bit and move more towards Team Beachbody itself. So what is Team Beachbody? Well, essentially they're an at-home fitness brand and organization. We've chosen to partner with them. And the main reason for this is one of a value for Diana and I, just like Kieran said there about developing as a person, like that's a massive value of us, is just being able to evolve ourselves, our mindset, our physique, our health. And Beachbody just echoed that. And we felt it was just a really, really good fit. Like you can see there's just a small snapshot of a timeline of what Beachbody have done. They've moved and been agile with the times. They move online and they change and they adapt. They've got the nutrition in there. We've had martial arts programs, we've got weight programs. And yeah, I could sit and delve into every single little one that's in there. But for me, it's more that overall story of evolution and constantly adapting, constantly shifting. And it's funny, like even since we put this presentation together, there's thousands of other updates and things that are happening. Like just this year, they've announced that Beachbody will be going public, and they have bought another, I think it's Mix Fitness. We always get confused here, and we had a bit of a joke with Melissa, our mentor, like a few days ago, just about this. So it's MYX Mix, not my ex, which some people thought it was. You can see why that would be a challenge and cause problems. But anyway, like we're now going to have online cycling, and certainly the interface will be developing. And I've heard that there's a lot of research and development going into just growing what it is that we do. So just fitness is one thing. And I think the fitness is great. We all know the benefits of what fitness does in terms of the health and well-being and just general how you feel. But I think more so than that, in terms of making transformations and really starting to work from the inside out, what we're looking at here is the nutrition stuff. And that's what's really giving people the results in terms of their physical results. And one of the big bits there, you can see Darren O'Lean. I don't know if any of you guys have watched the Netflix Down to Earth with Darren and Zac Efron. But one of the things that they've done is Darren goes around the world. He's a nutritionist and he's a qualified nutritionist. He basically spends his life traveling the world to all these like amazing destinations, but looking at the indigenous foods and the indigenous populations and finding what it is that they eat, and sort of the old wives' tales, and finding the science that actually backs that up. And what he's done is, with in partnership with Beachbody, has developed this superfood shake that really is like ahead of the game with every other like meal supplement that's out there. And it's not a meal replacement, it's a supplement. So it's in addition to. And how we see this is your traditional nutrition, that's like your bricks. And what happens is, to fill in the gaps between the bricks, is if you're building this foundation for your health, that's where Shakeology sits. And a lot of the current research looking at these prebiotics and probiotics and gut health, which again is this at the forefront just now, and it's quite a hot topic. They found that the gut health can actually have an effect on your emotional well-being. So this and the adaptogen herbs, which are helping to combat stress, are just a great thing to be having just now. So that's what we talk about when we're saying working from the inside out in terms of the nutrition. More so than that now as well, as one of the things we've got is mindset work, and there's meditations and sort of retreats that are based within our app that allow you to basically take time out and start to work in terms of your mental health and that mental well-being as well. So moving forwards now is just to look at where this sits in terms of like a global prospect. Well, it's a global platform. We've got 2.3 million subscribers, and that just grows daily. Every single day that's growing. You can read all the stats at the left-hand side there. I think that the key thing here is really what it is it's about building momentum. We've just recently last year we opened in France, and we're looking at opening in like 2 or more countries every single year as we move forwards, which is just phenomenal. So this is really starting to grow. And like Carl Daikeler, who's the CEO and co-founder of Beachbody, has this razor sharp and crystal clear vision of where he sees Beachbody, and that's being the number one provider across the entire planet. And he works at this with a passion. If any of you have ever heard him speak, he's just the most inspiring person. I know Diana is like, I'm a huge fan, not jealous. Like he's shorter than me, so it's fine. But anyway, moving forwards, just I want to give you. I should have put Simon's up. I wanted to give you some. Just a snapshot of some of the results, and I know I'm mentioning Simon there, but we're like day to day, and this is the thing that, like, for us is just like, it really makes us feel fantastic. Is these are just some physical transformations that you can see. So we've got Helen on there. There's even myself on there. There's Stephen Butterfield. We've got Tracy on there. Like day to day, we're getting these amazing physical transformations. But more than that, on a daily basis, we're getting messages about people who are just feeling better about themselves. They're being more confident. They've got a better outlook in their life. They are getting out and they're able to play with their kids more, and they're able to walk down the end of the street without getting out of breath, or they finally feel that they've managed to get control of what it is that they've eaten. We had a lady just join us recently, and she'd been on this really strict diet that she'd been put on, and it was tiny amounts of calories, and she sort of felt so starved and so sort of, basically it was making her anxious because she didn't know what she was allowed to do and what she was allowed to eat. And just with giving her this simple nutrition plan that allows her to have a little bit more freedom and a little bit more choice, and it's not restrictive, she's started to have results where, following this massively restrictive diet plan for years. I know, Karen, you and I were talking about as well with yourself, just in terms of you gaining a little bit of control. And here's the thing, it's adaptive. We've adapted the plan slightly, and Kieran is now following more of a sort of intermittent fasting, and she's had a massive effect in things like her sleep. So it's not just that physical transformation we're looking at, it's this overall well-being and this holistic health, which is what we always sort of aim to do. So who is it that makes a good coach? Well, really anybody. It's like when we first started off, and this is what we always hear, people are sort of like, oh, well, it's sort of easy for you because you've been this, or it's easy for you because you've done that. But really, coaches are anybody. Some of the top people in our organization have been stay-at-home mums. They've literally done nothing, changed and started a business. We've had lawyers. Again, there's another top person who's a lawyer. We've had doctors, we've had students, nurses, fit pros, literally that like anybody can be a coach. Here's the key. Just one thing that you need, and it's like the most important thing, is that you need to care. You need to care about other people. Like, and I mean, really genuinely care. I'm going to pinch Tracy's words here a little bit. Tracy, that was who you saw on the last slides there. Tracy always talks about delivering Disney level customer service. And I think that's like at Disney, that's the key, is it's the mission is more important than anything else. And what we're trying to do is like help people achieve their goals and lead more healthy and fulfilling lives. And that fulfilling bit is about them having that sort of sense of self and sense of purpose. And really that's what it's about. It's genuinely about being a little bit empathic and starting to understand where people are coming from and just supporting them, not telling them, but just supporting them and guiding them along the way. So really anybody can do this. And I think like now really is the time, because we have this complete solution. This momentum is, we've reached this critical mass and it's just growing. There was like 300% growth through 2020, through the lockdowns. Everybody else was sort of heading down and taking a downturn. Literally with us, it just skyrocketed. Like our business itself, like we tripled. Like it was crazy. It was phenomenal. And I think it more than talking all the business stuff, I think it was just really great that we saw more and more people who were coming in and sort of supporting each other. It was great to see how our current community was welcoming these new people who were coming in, and how these new people that were coming in were helping the existing community and helping everybody just move forwards together, which I think really is this sort of linchpin of what it is that we do, is this social support, this peer support that group that we have, with over like 200-300 people in our mega gym, all looking out. And it's something like, I think most of us at some point have wanted a goal, but not really felt like we've had support. And that's the difference here, is you have this group of like 300-400 people all looking for you to succeed, which just feels great. And it helps so many people. Again, that's people like Carmen as well. Like, so at the beginning of the whole lockdown, when the pandemic hit, Carmen was face-to-face. She was a fitness professional. She had her own PT studio. And when lockdown happened, she had to close that and she moved online, and she was starting to deliver face-to-face stuff. But what was happening was she was having to deliver more and more and put more and more content out there. And it was just burning her out. She was taking so many classes every week that, again, that having time for the family was starting to sort of drift that little bit. And now what's happened is, since she's come on board, is she's actually able to take that little bit of a step back from some of that and have more time, but actually start to work on herself a little bit. And one of the great things is we've got a new program coming out, and just with how successful Carmen's been, she earned a spot, one of these coveted spots in our most latest test group. So the program doesn't come out until sort of summertime, and it's with one of the super trainers, Amola Caesar, who's a strength and conditioning coach in the US, works with the NBA basketball players and NFL football players. Like, it's just a phenomenal coach and really digs into the science, which again, I think really sets us apart, and is to sort of take that sort of step right now and use this program as an example. So you all know there's hundreds of other platforms out there with fitness. There's so many things. And I think, again, I'm not really too familiar what it is that they do, but I know a main difference from certainly the ones that I've seen so far is what happens with Beachbody is it's a progressive program and it's a holistic program. So you're getting nutrition support that's linked to the program that you're doing. You're getting mindset and recovery tips linked to the program that you're doing. And that's the key. Like, if your program doesn't progress, then you'll see this with people who attend like group exercise classes. They get a little bit of results and then they just plateau because the programming doesn't adapt to them. They have to adapt to the programming, which is not how it's meant to be. So moving forward, what is it we do as coaches? Well, simply, you see Carmen there and she's in this test group. First and foremost, we work out, we be a product of the product. So the idea is it always starts with you. You work on yourself first. And as you're doing that, you're inviting people to join you on that journey. It's not about you being a finished piece, or you being at the end of the journey. It's about you inviting people along with you as you go. So I think that's just a really important thing. Next is, like we've talked all the way through this, and for us, it's the most important part of what we do as the community, is you build that community. So part of that is inviting into it. And then the other parts of it is just making sure that people are feeling supported as they go through that, and have like lines of where they need to go whenever it is they need to do anything. Next, and this is the one I said earlier about, like, Diana, is accountability. Like, it's all very well them having the stuff, but if they're not actually doing the stuff, they're not going to get the results. So holding people accountable, and it's not just our job, like I said, the whole community does this, is if you don't see someone in a couple of days, it's checking in with them to make sure that they're okay. It's like, we have weekly calls that we check in with people's goals. So on Sunday, we do our WLAG call. We look at wins, losses, aha moments, and then the goals for the next week. So we're looking at constantly educating and developing people. And then just daily tips to help people, like Karen says there, engage with personal development and grow as a person themselves. And like, Dan is huge in this, and I think the personal development bit really speaks for itself when things get challenging, is just having that there to sort of support yourself. It's all very well working on your body, and everybody wants to make this physical change, but hey, we also need to make a mindset change and a mindset shift in order for us to develop. Any change starts right here, then that's going to follow it. If this isn't right, then this isn't going to follow. This is just going to stay where it is. So we need to get that mind right and start to develop that and understand what it is we need to do for a change. Here's just some cool stuff that why we love being coaches. So a big part of that just now is just, you get discount, you get access to a whole bunch of stuff. We get all the things before anybody else does, which is cool. We get super low fee as we start to develop. And more importantly, we get to develop our coaching journey on our own terms. So like I said, if you want to be full on and do this full time, you can do that. If you want to work a couple of hours here and there, then you can do that. But I think, again, just being realistic about this, you need to just make sure that the work that you're putting in matches what your intended outcome is. And it was kind of like I said at the beginning when we were talking about this, do your behaviors match your goal? Whether that's fitness, whether that's your nutrition, whether that's your mindset, if the behaviors don't match what it is that you're looking to do, then it's going to take extra time, or it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. So you choose where it is that you want to be, and that's all 100% on your own terms. How do you get involved? Dead simple. Whoever invited you into this call, into this webinar, just reach out to them. What I would encourage you to do, though, is reach out to them before they reach out to you, because they'll follow up and check in to make sure that that you've got this and managed to watch it. And then the next thing we'll do is just make sure it's right for you, and that we want this to work for you. We don't want you to come in and sort of be a bit unsure and things. And then we'll connect you with the best solution to get you started, and then just walk you through step by step everything you need to do to get started. How does that then work? So this is just a simple example here of, there's no specific targets here other than those that you set for yourself. What we do is we set little waypoints and milestones that sort of give you like a point to aim towards. First one of those is getting helping 3 new people start a month. And month 1, it means you can get a return on your investment. You pay for what your initial investment is. And if you look at there over the next few months, based on this, you'll get if you're continuing that for 3 months, you can earn a spot on the test group yourself. You can earn international recognition. So we're looking at next year, it is, I always get this wrong, where are we going?
Punta Cana.
Punta Cana. So we've just, we got ours through, so we earned our spot in Punta Cana, and is it Hard Rock? So it's the Hard Rock Cafe in Punta Cana. So we're out in the Bahamas, and that's all paid for us. So that's just an example. Again, you can see there how then that starts to grow. But the key bit is here, it's not just about bringing people in and just trying to, like it's a sales company, you're just trying to sell product. The idea, you're trying to make people accountable and you're trying to get people results. So it's important that you follow up with them. And like Tracy says, give them that Disney level customer service so that they are getting the results, and that they then will want to stay on, and they will continue this as a lifestyle change rather than just some quick thing that they do for 30 days. Again, just another little bit, there's some stuff around perks. So that's up top left, that's a picture of Dan out in New Orleans. That was some of the other Success Club trips where we were in Mexico, amazing things. And once everything starts to open back up again, like we genuinely just can't wait to get out and get back across the US and meet all our friends over there. What to expect when you come in as a coach? Well, we'll have a call with you, a new coach orientation, and we'll help have a discussion with you around your goals so that we can help plan what it is that you need to do. We've got online coach universities. There's a Facebook group, which is pretty much open 24/7. There's video training. Like there's so much training. Like if you were to sit and just do all the training, you're not going to go anywhere. Like it's at the stage where there's almost like so much. So what we'll do is we'll make that really simple and be like, look, here's the bits that you need to look at, and just keep it nice and small so that it's bite-sized chunks that you can just go through it simply. So that really is just pretty much us. So thanks from all of us. We've got Diana there, we've got Lynn there, and we've got Carmen on at the end there. This is just some of the leaders that, like, at first I was going to try and put a picture up of everyone, but like trying to fit 400 or 500 people on a slide doesn't quite work. So I just want to leave you with like a couple of thoughts. And first one is, hey, is what you're doing right now getting you closer to where it is that you want to be? Because the difference between extraordinary and ordinary is just that little bit extra. I can't remember where I got that quote from, or I would reference it. But this one is anonymous as well. All my quotes have nobody. But I'm still not stealing it and saying it's my own. And I think that's the key bit now, is just about you guys taking action. So like I said already, what to do now is reach out to whoever invited you in and just ask them how you get started. So I'm going to stop right now. I'll stop sharing the screen. And then will I stop recording for just now?
Yeah, I think just added on extra because we got a new announcement from Carol on Friday.
Yes.
Just the difference between maybe last month and this month is the fact that they are ahead of us moving towards that company of being a public company. We're actually able to offer like a massive discount starting tomorrow. So the timing of this, although we always have this in this time of the month, there is a massive discount going out to anybody that joins tomorrow as a coach. So that is just that we've never seen anything like that in our life, and it's only for 3 days. So over and above what Kevin said, that is
we only get like one code each.
Yeah, we get one code each. So if you do want to get part of that and you know what you want to do, then reach out to whoever, like I say, whoever sent you this video. If it's myself, please message me, and we'll get you all organized, won't we?
And if you're watching this catch up and it's past Thursday morning at 7 o'clock, you're too late. Only 72 hours.
72 hours, yeah.
Your name's not down, you're not getting in.
It's very, very clear about it. But it is really exciting because it means that we're again going to expand, and anybody that you bring on between now and Wednesday can also get a discount. Not quite as massive as what you're going to get, but certainly you're going to get like a few discounts, and that's just to get people on board, to get you started as well. So
right, we'll stop the recording, and then
if you